Hello students, our subject name is Applied Artificial Intelligence. In this video, we are going to see what is introduction uh, about AI. Basically, what is AI and what is the history of AI. So let's start the video with respect to what is artificial intelligence is. Basically, you guys already know what is AI. You already studied about AI in your last years. So introductory part about AI is you guys already know what is AI is and what AI actually involve, what the field AI exists. Okay, so let's just get the overview of what is AI. First, what is artificial intelligence is. As you guys know, artificial intelligence is a branch of science which deals with helping machines finding the solutions to the complex problems in more human-like fashion. This term AI is been coined by John McCarthy in around 1956. He defines AI as the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. So basically he defines what is AI. He gives us introduction about AI. Then he gives us a definition of AI, which is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. Okay, this generally involves the borrowing characteristics from human intelligence and applying them as algorithms in a computer friendly way. Okay, AI is generally associated with computer science, but it has many important links with other fields such as mathematics, psychology, philosophy, cognition, biology, philosophy, linguistics, neuroscience, economics, control theory and cybernetics, computer science and engineering, so many other fields basically it links with. AI currently encompasses a huge variety of subfields from general purpose areas such as perception and logical reasoning. So, specific tasks such as playing chess, proving some mathematical theorems, writing any poetry, and diagnosing any disease. All these fields or all these different things involve AI in it. So it is a huge variety of having subfields from general purpose areas to the logical reasoning. AI is about generating representation and procedures that automatically or autonomously solve problems heretofore solved by the humans. So AI is a part of, as we know, computer science concerned with designing intelligent computer systems, that is computer system that exhibit the characteristics we associate with intelligence in human behavior such as understanding the language, learning, reasoning and solving that particular problem, as we know the robots, right? So it understands the language of human, it learn, then it gives us a reason and solve our problem. So this is nothing but AI and how a particular human behave, same way the AI machine or intelligent machine may behave. And those machines are designed as a intelligent machine or intelligent systems. AI is a study of mental facilities through the use of computational models, as we are going to see now neural networks. Okay, this is the study of mental facilities which is based on neuroscience. It is a study of computations that make it possible to perceive, reason and act. As I said, perceive is nothing but taking the input from the environment. Reason is nothing but finding a particular action or or finding suitable action on that particular input, and act is nothing but performing action, which is nothing but the output. AI is existing new effort to make computers think machines with minds in the full and literal sense. So basically, AI gives us a effort to make a computers which think like a human mind. So this is nothing but a simple introduction about AI, what AI is. All these things you guys already know about AI. These are the basic introduction of AI. Next we are going to see the history of AI. History of AI also, you guys, I think you guys already read it out or studied in your last syllabus. So I just going to be refurnish or polish your mind which you had studied or read it out. The origin of artificial intelligence lies in the earliest days of machine computations during the 1940s and 50s. As I said, this the artificial intelligence term is coined by John McCarthy in 1956. Basically, he gives us introduction about AI subject in 1955. What AI is, he tells us in 1955. AI begins to grow with the emergence of modern computers. Among the first researchers attempt to build intelligent program were Newell and Simpson. So these are two researchers or scientists who are the first researchers to attempt to build an intelligent program. Who built in actually intelligent program in earlier or starting or a beginning of AI. The first well-known program, Logic Theories, was a program that proved statements using the accepted rules of logic and problem-solving programs of their own design. So they design some rules and logic, then problem-solving techniques. In that, they actually write the theories and they prove the statements using some rules and problem-solving statements or programs. By the late 50s, programs existed that could do a possible job of translating technical documents, and it was seen as a only matter of extra databases and more computing power to apply the techniques to less formal, more ambiguous text. So basically, they they are improving their way in AI by adding some extra technical documents, extra fields, and giving some extra power to the system for adding some extra features. Most problem solving work revolved around the work of Newell, Shaw, and Simon. These are known as GPS, General Problem Solvers. Unfortunately, the GPS didn't fulfill the promises and did not because of some simple lack of computing capacities. In 70s, the most important concept of AI was developed, which is expert systems, which is exhibits as a set of rules and knowledge of an expert. So this part which is developed in 70s, which is expert system, which is very important part of AI now till now. Okay, so this part is basically evolved or comes on a focus in around 1970s. The application area of expert system is very large. In 80s, the development of neural networks as a method learning examples. So we saw in 80s neural networks comes on a focus. So here actually from 70s the evaluation status of AI basically evolved. Okay, from 70s. First expert systems comes, then neural network, then pattern recognition. All these things comes on a focus or comes in an area from around 1970s. Next is Mr. Professor Peter Jackson from University of Edinburgh classified the history of AI into basically three periods. So these three periods are very important: classical period, romantic period, and modern period. So from classical period, what actually the existence of AI comes on a focus. Then romantic period is the middle period of AI, and modern period is the period which in we are facing or having all this research is the modern period. So let's see these three periods. First one is the classical period. It was started from 1950. In 1956, the concept of artificial intelligence came into basic existence. During this period, the main research work carried out including game playing, theorem proving, and concept of state space approach for solving a problem. So, the starting part is basically the existing part in that the main research work carried out nothing but game playing theories, then theorem proving theories, and concept of state space approach for solving particular problem. All this comes under in a classical period from 50 to 56. Next, romantic period, which is the second period. It was started from mid 60 and continues till mid of 70s. So around 10 years period is known as a romantic period. During this period, people were interested in making machine understand. That is usual mean the understanding of natural language. During this period, the knowledge representation technique semantic net was developed. So in this period, basically, um, researchers focused on natural language. Natural language is nothing but NLP, the natural language processing. In that, the speech input, the verbal outputs, the text input, the verbal outputs, all these things are basically evolved in this particular time from mid 60s to mid 70s. Okay, this period is nothing but natural language processing period. In this, basically involves the machines or robots to understand and process the language that human speak. Okay, which is done in the romantic period. Third period is modern period. It was started from 1970 and continues till present. This period was developed to solve more complex problems. This period basically includes the research on both theories and practical aspects of artificial intelligence. The period includes the birth of concepts like expert system, artificial neuron, pattern recognition, etc. The research of the various advanced concepts of pattern recognition and neural network are still going on. As we know, our days start from the cell phone, right? And so our cell phone is now with pattern recognition lock, like fingerprint sensor, then face detector, face recognition center. So all these things come under a pattern recognition part, right? Then speech recognition. So these parts are in comes under in a pattern recognition. So this is a modern period, the period which we facing or we are having the period is nothing but the present period, which is the modern period. In this period, basically, the birth of new concepts like artificial neurons, expert system, actually researched by the researchers. These are the advanced concepts. So this is about the history of AI. In this video, we had covered two topics, what is AI and history of AI. In next video, we are going to cover the components of AI, then areas of AI in a detail. So in this video, only the introduction part about AI. Thank you.